we here. I had to go. I had to go and get my landline connection. I told y'all what YouTube be doing. Well, Restream has been doing. So I had to go ahead and run this landline real quick. We good. We on the landline today. I'm over here trying to change the goddamn title back with this show. We here talking about this bullshit. The Elvis of hip hop. The Elvis of hip hop, Jay-Z.
Roll up and listen to Incense and Ashtrays with DwannB. Music for your soul.
Thank you, Kendra Fountain. That's the homegirl hooking that up. Let's get some chilling music. We're talking about the Elvis of hip hop. Why do I call him the Elvis of hip hop? Because I don't like biters. If biting other people's shit is your thing, then cool. That's your thing. I'm not here to tell you what you should like. I ain't here to preach to you the gospel of why Jay-Z is bad and everyone else is good. Let me make something very, 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 very clear. If you think Jay-Z is the GOAT, I'm cool with that. If you think he is the greatest of all time and it doesn't matter how many lines he stole, none of that matters. Whatever he did to get to the top, he's my nigga. I'm cool with that. I ain't here to convince nobody to change nothing about how they think. I'm here because I personally value originality. I value those who got their creativity out of the mud. They went to the soil. They planted the seeds, tilled the soil, watered the grass, made sure it got enough sunlight, and created something beautiful. I rate that higher than someone who went to the grocery store and picked up everything ready-made, remixed it into something, and now claims the greatest. No. No. You got artists over here doing like Miss Gertrude used to do. Miss Gertrude used to make them apple pies from scratch. Miss Gertrude used to go and pick the apples. She used to get the pie, all the seeds. Now I don't know how to make no goddamn pie. Well, she made the pie crust from scratch. And this person over here went to the Cheesecake Factory, bought a ready-made pie, and said, yo, I'm the greatest. Hove. Okay. You're right. She even grew her own apples. Yeah. She picked them off her own apple tree that she planted. If that's what you value, then that's what you value. If that's what you value, that's what you value. Fine. Okay. But here, we value originality. Let me look and see what y'all talking about in the chat room. I ain't looked at the chat room yet because I already know it's some Jay-Z dick riders in here. That's why I ain't looked at the chat room yet. Hey, that's right, Ivory. He older than all the motherfuckers he stole from. I hear someone saying crabs in a barrel. Really, only stupid people use the crabs in a barrel analogy these days. Because an intelligent person will first ask why are those crabs in the barrel and not in nature. And then will say, maybe that's a bad example to use. But people who don't think take cliches that they heard from other people in one situation that may have sounded good, and then anytime they hear something they don't like, they use that cliche that they've been hearing for the last 20 years and think, man, I just said something smart. No, you didn't. Smart person asks why the crab's in the barrel. That's what a smart person does. Yeah, Rob McCoy, hit the like button. So, here's what it is. This is why I say Jay-Z is the Elvis of hip hop. Elvis had talent. I'm not gonna deny Elvis' talent. Like the Beatles, them white boys didn't have no talent, but Elvis had talent. Elvis could at least pull off the dance moves for a white boy. Elvis could at least sing and carry a tune. Elvis had a groove to his pocket. Elvis had talent. I've never been one to deny Elvis's talent. Elvis was extremely talented. But what good is Elvis's talent if he didn't have people and swag to steal from? Someone please time out Richie Wright in the chat room. That's someone who obviously grew up without a father, who sees mainstream Negroes as his grace and salvation and inspiration to want to do well in life. The man's clitoris is hurt, so let his clitoris get a little bit of help, and moderators, just don't kick him out, just time him out, because when men have hurt clitorises, they tend to get very emotional and want attention. That they take on those character traits of conflict resolution that they learn from their mothers. That's what happens with these kind of dudes. I made a post on Instagram and Facebook earlier, and it said, I notice when women disagree with me, the ladies tend to be able to voice their discontent in a much more emotionally mature way than the fellas. It's not a good look, fellas. It's not a good look. It's okay to disagree. Come on, YouTube. I'm just talking about Jay-Z today. I'm not talking about white supremacy. I'm talking about Jay-Z, all right? YouTube. Damn. I have a landline, so I know this is YouTube now. Fucking with my stream. I ain't on no goddamn Wi-Fi. This will never happen when I play PlayStation 4. But back to what I was saying. Fellas, there's a better way to express your disagreement. But when you use these buzzwords, you're just showing us you handle problems and issues the way you learn from mommy. But back to what we were talking about. Elvis was an extremely talented artist. He could sing well. He could dance good. He could play the guitar good. You know, he grew up in Memphis. He used to be down on Bill Street as a young adult, as a teenager, learning all that stuff. But it was tens of thousands of white boys learning this stuff that they were learning from. There are tens of thousands of white boys stealing from the same artists that Elvis stole from. Elvis just had the talent to pull it off. Elvis wasn't the only one that took them all shook up. Elvis wasn't the only white boy doing the Bo Diddley guitar dance where he bounced on one leg and bounced down the aisle on one. Elvis wasn't the only one. He was just the most talented one to do it. So when it comes to Jay-Z, I would like to play some of the music that he stole, but that would demonetize his video and really get it taken down. So I can't do that. Can't do that over here on YouTube. I can play the songs for you to prove my point, and that would take me about 20 or 30 minutes to get through. But let's first break down what's the difference between inspiration and stealing. I hear people's argument is, well, Jay-Z, hip-hop has done nothing but steal. And that's technically true when it comes to beats, but Jay-Z's not a producer, so I don't blame him for the music that his producers remade behind his lyrics. I don't blame him for that. He's not the producer. And yes, all of hip-hop is built on sampling beats from other genres, primarily funk, R&B, and disco, but other genres too. But the difference that made hip-hop unique from other genres was if you were considered a lyricist, the rules to being a lyricist has always been writing your own material. That's where hip-hop's genius shines. In R&B, most of the singers are singing a song written by someone. They may remake a song here and there. What made hip-hop in its purest form unique was someone being a lyricist, writing lyrics completely their own. Before Jay-Z and this new fuckboy era of hip-hop, post-2000, artists were praised for their originality. Who was the most original with the pen? Back in the 90s, people who stole things were called biters. If you took someone else's rhymes in the 90s and the 80s, you were considered a biter, meaning you're biting someone else's style, someone else's lyrics, someone else's rhymes. And before 1995, before 2000, that was a no-no. That was looked down upon. Someone said this is baseless as I'm setting the base for my argument. That means that person has Jay-Z's dicks in his ears and he can't hear it. It's okay. Jay-Z's not the one that nutted in your mama and left. That was some other nigga. All right? But you're right, B1BJ. Back in the 80s and the 90s, if you took other people's lyrics regularly, hip-hop pushed you out. The environment of hip-hop was originality. The only thing that was taken was the music behind it. And let's get into that. The only reason why hip-hop had to rely on samples is because music was taken out of the schools and record labels weren't funding live bands, music producers in hip-hop. They didn't have the advantage R&B had at the time, where an R&B singer who is signed can get assigned a producer to put together original music for that singer's song. Hip hop didn't have those kinds of funds. So hip hop had to take music that was already done, centered around a breakbeat, and be original on top of that. It was the environment that forced hip hop to sample music in the 80s. But you also had artists like Houdini and a few others that did have budgets and musicians behind them. Everything I'm saying here can be verified. It's not my words, it's just the truth. The difference between truth and opinion is just something someone says that has no backing, is just a thought. A fact is something said that can be independently verified, meaning you can go back and verify what's being said as I speak. So, one thing when it comes to Jay-Z is an old nigga. Jay-Z was around in the 80s, late 80s. He was around in the 90s. He's older than Nas. I think he's the same age as Cube. I forgot what's Ice Cube's age? Ice Cube 52. Jay-Z 50. Oh yeah. So Jay-Z's the same age as Ice Cube. He's born in 1969. He's older than Snoop. He's older than Wait, what's Scarface's age? He's older than Scarface. So Jay-Z was around during the time hip-hop's golden age was going on. He was in that same class as the original. He's in that second generation of hip hop, which I think was the best generation of hip hop, the second generation. Some people say it's first, that's fine too. I'm not gonna argue with you. My favorite generation of hip hop is the second generation of hip hop. Jay-Z's in that class. He's younger than Dr. Dre. Yeah, Rakim is older than Jay-Z. But where was Jay-Z when these dudes were around? When Tupac was making music, he's younger than Jay-Z. When Biggie was making music, where was Jay-Z? Who was talking about Jay-Z during this time? People say Jay-Z was selling dope. Okay. Well, like Faison Love says, if he was really selling dope all that time, why don't he have any stories of selling cake? Every drug dealer got screwed over on one deal. He was apparently selling drugs this whole time, but he ain't got one song about getting screwed over on one drug deal? And you believe that? Okay. Look, if you believe that, I ain't gonna argue with you. I don't believe it, but if you believe it, hey, whatever. Jay-Z was around making music at the time the second generation of hip hop was in its absolute prime. Why couldn't Jay-Z cut through then? If the truth is hate to you, if someone telling the truth is hate in your opinion, boy, you live in a sad, sorry bubble called a life. I'd hate to live in that toxic bubble where somebody say some shit that I can go back and look up myself and I say you're a hater for pointing that out. God damn, people like that, your breath smell like earwax. Don't nobody want to hear shit you saying because it stinks. Thank you, Quanes. Thank you for modding and joining. Well, Jay-Z did nothing. Somebody says no facts. Okay. All right. Somebody says no facts. The dude that grew up without a father in the home says no facts. And no disrespect to it's a lot of good women out there that did raise boss ass men. But obviously this one right here failed. He says no sax. Okay. Name the songs. Name the hits Jay-Z had between 86 and 96. Reasonable Doubt wasn't even a hit when it came out. It became a hit later. Came out later. Somebody said, how do LA niggas know about dope sales in LA? LA is where crack first started being dealt. Crack was created in LA. And like Digital Underground said, all around the world, same song. The same shit that happens in LA happens in New York. We all live in the United States, you dumb dickhead. It's in a different country. Whether you're in Miami, LA, Chicago, New York, Dallas, Austin, Chicago, Detroit, Seattle, the same shit goes on in different ways. But it's the same shit. So get that dumbass question out of here. We're in the United States, not Bangladesh. The same CIA that planted drugs and created the drug system in LA is the same CIA that planted the drugs and created the drug system in New York. The niggas didn't originate nothing when it comes to drug dealing. So whether you dealt drugs in Chicago, Memphis, Tennessee, Atlanta, San Diego, it's the same shit. Because it was all brought to you by the same people, you dumb fuck. Back to what we talking about. Jay-Z did not blow up until the OGs died off or were not re-signed. And we all know about, well, we don't all know, but I talk, those regular people who listen regularly to this show knows about the 1993, the time in 93 when the record labels stopped signing and re-signing conscious artists. A lot of great artists didn't get their deals renewed after 93. Not because they weren't good enough, but because the record industry decided that they were going to start pushing a more nonsensical, a more violent, a more money-spending type of agenda. That's why after 96, you see the music change from somewhat of a street consciousness, somewhat street message music, party music, to spend money any way you want to music, or gangster kill gangster. After 96, that started getting pushed more. That Bad Boy record bullshit and that Death Row shit. Those were the two styles the record industry started funding after 96. Either I'm gonna shoot you and I'm gonna kill you, or spend all the money you get to floss on other broke niggas. That's where music went after 96. And any artist that had a message, those guys were told to either change their message or not get re-signed. For verification, You can look up the Vibe magazine interview with Too Short. Too Short talks about this in 2008. You can look it up and you can get it from the horse's mouth. Busy Bone also has an interview where he talks about this. So there are places that you can go to find that you can listen to artists talk about it themselves and not me, if you don't trust what I'm saying. Jay-Z became the king of a new era. You're right, DeAndre, from X-Clan to the Hot Boys. The X-Clan never released any bad music. We just stopped hearing from them. And back then, it wasn't no internet for us to go back and find out what happened. They couldn't release a song to Spotify back then. We had Arrested Development. And then they turned around and we went from Arrested Development to the Saint Lunatics. We went from KRS-One to Nelly. We went from Big Daddy Kane to PD Pablo. The 2000s era of rap was the ushering in of fuck boy music. Yes, I said it. The 2000s was spend money and be a fuck boy. That's what all the music was about. Club bangers or fuck boy music. What do I call fuck boy music? I got more money than you music. I'm shitting on other niggas music. I'm better than you because I got this chain, these rims. Those became the hits of the 2000s. It's the reason why Nas had to write Hip Hop Is Dead. That shit did. Nas's album Hip Hop Is Dead didn't just come out of nowhere in 2006. He wrote that album as a cautionary tale. Nas was telling us, look, this shit ain't hip hop. You're right. We had songs like Laffy Taffy. The 2000s, and I'm mad because I turned 20 in 2001. I was in the clubs, man. Shit, nigga. Talk to anybody in this chat room that know me personally. From 2002 to 2014, any goddamn club here in Hollywood, exclusive, I don't give a fuck how exclusive it was, you wanted to get to the front of the line, pass security and not pay to get in, walk in with me. That's not me flossing, that's just a fact. And I got niggas in the chat room that can verify this fact. Whether it be All-Star Weekend in LA, Super Bowl, well, Super Bowl didn't happen back then, Grammys, Oscars, or just a random Tuesday night. That's how much I was in these nightclubs back then. So I was here to see all of it. I was at the concerts. Niggas think just because I listen to jazz, I don't listen to hip hop. No, motherfucker. While you niggas is doing dumb shit, I'm listening to music, especially back then. And I'm a fucking drummer. It's my job to know music. Do y'all know I sell sample packs? LiveDrumSamplePacks.com will be live at the end of January. Get ready. My drum sample packs are gonna be the shit. See, people be listening to me talk all this history stuff and they forget that I'm a whole ass musician. Started playing the drums professionally at 14. So knowing music has literally been my job since I was 14. Because if I go into a studio and somebody says, okay, I need something that feel like that new Jay-Z song that just came out, the Girls, Girls, Girls. No, I need something with that kind of feel on the drums. I'm able to be like, oh, okay, I can give you that. And I can give you that because I understand that. I remember when Girls, Girls, Girls came out, I said, oh, he just sampled Love Serenade by Barry White. I'm not some nigga talking from a 2021 perspective. I'm talking from the perspective of a nigga who had to sit on the drums and play this shit when in 2004, 2005. I don't know the fuck y'all think y'all talking to. I don't know who the fuck you Jay-Z dick riding niggas think y'all talking to. I don't ride dicks in music, niggas. I am music. Back to what we talking about. Hey, Heart Tunes, I got my man Jay Ali engineering my samples. That nigga is so dope. So Heart Tunes, when I because you support me so much, Heart Tunes, email me Hotepish, incense and ashtrays @gmail.com. When I get my first free samples, I'm gonna send you a couple free ones because you really do support my shit. I'm gonna give you not the whole pack, but I'm gonna give you a few sample loops in my pack, Heart Tunes. So email incense and ashtrays @gmail.com. When my shit gets when my engineer is done, I'll give them to you. So back to what we talking about. I got some dickhead in here saying I'm lacking nuance when I'm just getting started on this shit. So back to what we talking about. Back to what we talking about. Jay-Z is someone who, when it comes to his music, his greatness comes after the real niggas are either not re-signed or dead. It comes after Jay-Z started mixing in the lines of his contemporaries into his music. 99 Problems But a Bitch Ain't One. Thank you, Ice-T, for that. Thank you, Ice-T. Just me and my girlfriend. Thank you, Tupac. I'm gonna write a song around that. Look, any artist, whether you're an artist that draws with your pen or you write music or you're a comedian, you know the hardest part of a song is that, or a piece of art, is that foundational hook that you're going to sketch everything else around. If a stand-up comic is able to go on stage with a straight face and take Richard Pryor's Mudbone, but flip Mudbone into their own personal stories, you'd have a lot more funny motherfuckers running around here as stand-up comics. But stand-up comics aren't allowed to take the nucleus of someone else's joke and sketch around it. Vincent van Gogh wasn't allowed to take the nucleus of other artwork and sketch around it. The greats get it from scratch. Like I said, Aunt Gertrude, when Aunt Gertrude baked that cake, that shit's coming from scratch. And here's another thing people say, man, every artist use somebody else. Yeah. You know what the great artists do? They hear what you said as inspiration and they go up in the lab. YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I'm not on Wi-Fi. Y'all can't keep doing this. I got a landline. I know y'all wish I was on Wi-Fi, YouTube, so y'all can keep me down. But I got a landline, motherfucker, so you can't keep me down, goddammit. Back to what we talking about. If you went to a halfway decent school, when you learn how to write a sentence in school, Remember when your teacher would tell you, when you would copy us, your teacher would put on the board a sentence. And then they would say, okay, Jimmy, Johnny, restate this sentence. And remember how hard that was at first in the third grade, second grade? For me, I think it was around third grade when they started doing restate the sentence, which that should have happened earlier in school. Third grade's a little late. But it started happening in the third grade where the teacher will write a sentence and then you have to restate the sentence in your own words. Do y'all remember how hard that was at first? If you could just take the sentence that the teacher wrote and write your own story around that sentence, it would have been much, much, much easier. The teacher wrote, "Hi, today is Tuesday. I'm having a great day on this Tuesday." If the teacher gave you that line and then told you to write a story off the line that she gave you, assignment, man, that assignment gonna be done in 20 minutes, nigga. Y'all remember that shit in school? But when the teacher says, okay, no, you gotta write a story around this, but you have to restate the sentence first. That changed the whole program. Because if I write what that person wrote and write something around what that person wrote, I can be sued for plagiarism. The easiest part of constructing a story is writing your own narrative around what somebody else laid down. That shit's easy. The hard part is taking what they inspired you with and restating it in your own words. That's the hardest part. Someone else writes a book, you can't take the nucleus of their book and write your own version of it. That will be illegal. But Jay-Z, on the other hand, he can take the hard part about what you put together and sketch around it and make it on his own. And you'd have a whole bunch of people saying, oh, he's the greatest. Like somebody has said, 99 Problems. No, not 99 Problems. What song was that? I just drew a blank. Damn it. I just said, God damn it, I just drew a blank on a point I was just about to make. Shit. Let me see if I can find that comment. I ain't about to go back and look at it. You know how it is when you say, what are my thoughts when someone says, nigga said they may hoe, make another hoe? Well, no. That's a general line. Like this is a line that people have used throughout time. Okay, they made me make another me. That's kind of an organic line that he used and put his own name on it. That was like an organic line. Jay-Z used a lot of organic lines. I add a motherfucker so you ignorant niggas can hear me. I liked it better when Lauryn Hill said it first. All right. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Somebody was like, man, people was on Reasonable Doubt. He didn't steal nothing in Reasonable Doubt. I was like, oh. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one can fuck you better. Oh, you mean that song from the Four Tops? Okay, you just took Ain't No Woman That I Like the One I Got from the Four Tops, changed woman to nigga, and then you traced around it with a good song, a great song about sex. Okay. You just flipped Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got by the Four Tops. That song is already a hit. Of course it's going to be a hit again. And when people say, well, every rapper stole lyrics. Okay, name them. Name the lyrics. That's what I always say. Because the Jay-Z Dick Rider response is, well, everybody does it. Well, I have two responses to that. If you're trying to make somebody the greatest above everyone else, shouldn't they have a uniqueness about them that separates them from everybody else? If they truly are the greatest. If a person says Michael Jackson or Prince is the greatest, they can name a uniqueness about those two artists to give their opinion credence. Okay, fine. Name it. And if every other artist does it, okay, name the songs and name the lines. And you cannot let me tell you something else about an argument. This is true when it comes to statistics, when it comes to numbers and things. You cannot change a rule with an aberration, with an exception. An exception meaning things that are outside the normative curve. Here is an example. Say let's just say New York gets a major earthquake. And every now and again, New York may get an earthquake. You can't then say New York is just like LA because they both get earthquakes. No, LA, San Francisco get earthquakes all the time. Some small, some big. Earthquakes are regular occurrences in California. If New York gets one earthquake, you can't turn around and say LA and New York be getting earthquakes. That's how stupid niggas talk. No, that earthquake New York had was the exception. It was an aberration. New York still don't be getting earthquakes like LA. Here in LA, in Inglewood, I think like 2003, there was a tornado in Inglewood. That tornado started in Long Beach and it traveled up Hawthorne Boulevard into La Brea, and it touched down on La Brea and Fairview. I mean, Fairview and not La Brea. It didn't go that far over. 60, like, Beach in Fairview. And there were a bunch of houses who got they ceilings ripped off. And there were trees that were knocked over onto cars. Right there in Inglewood, California, at the foothills of Ladera Heights, we had a tornado. It's true, we had a tornado. Yes, that happened. But can I say that we be getting tornadoes like Kansas? I would look like Boo Boo the motherfucking fool if I compared that one goddamn tornado we had in LA and Inglewood to goddamn Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. Niggas who do dumb shit like that lick bus windows. You just showing us, don't nobody gotta call you stupid, you showing us, man. So if you tell me some other artist stole one song or one line on an abstract song from somewhere, okay. I can give you over 50 with Jay-Z. One is called an aberration, one is called a pattern. Patterns and exceptions. Jay-Z has a pattern of this behavior. A long pattern of this behavior. And even when it comes to the hip hop heads, most hip hop heads can only point out the Biggie line. That's why most people saying he only stole a few Biggie lines. Let me tell you something about music. Music is timeless. If the shit worked before, it'll work again. I promise you that. If it worked before, it'll work again. Music has keys to it. And when a lyricist unlocks a key to a certain line that gives a song a flow through, that key can be used again and again and again and again. Only difference is most of the greats say, I'm not going to take your key. I'm going to create my own motherfucking key and lock. And I'm going to have you niggas repeat me. That's what the greats generally do. They'll take inspiration from what was done before, reword it into their own sentence, into their own words, into their own bass line, and create a new motherfucking key out of it. That's the difference. Hell yeah, he stole from Snoop's lines. Yeah. Somebody said Miles Davis, what did Miles Davis steal? Prove it. Nigga just like repeating shit. Miles Davis created 3 different genres of jazz. The fuck you talking about? Miles, don't compare Jay-Z to Miles Davis. That's some sacrilegious, non-foundational Black American bullshit you coming out with. Miles Davis created 3 different genres of jazz. Miles Davis created cool form jazz. He created fusion jazz. And he created smooth jazz. Cool jazz and smooth jazz are different. All 3 genres are still around. The fuck you talking about Miles Davis? Yeah, whoever said Miles Davis, time that motherfucker out. I don't remember who it was, moderators. Whoever, scroll back and whoever brought up Miles Davis's name, time that motherfucker out. Please, that person gets no attention up in this chat room. So back to what I was saying, the difference between the rule and an aberration. The rule is Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, that's Tornado Alley, and California is earthquake country. If Texas gets an earthquake, that will be the exception. If California gets a tornado, that will be an exception. It doesn't change the rule. Tornadoes will touch down in Tornado Alley every year at some point. California has earthquakes weekly, daily. There's always seismic activity going on. Most we don't feel. So if you tell me, well, other artists do the same thing, and you quote one line from one song, and that same artist got 10 other fucking albums where they didn't do that shit? You didn't say anything, son. I don't even bring up Drake. I don't consider Drake a real hip hop artist. Drake is a pop artist. Drake is pop. Drake does what pop does. I have no serious conversations about Drake's music. Drake has a formula that works. He has a fan base that wants that same formula every album. His fan base don't want no innovation, don't want nothing new, don't want no originality. They don't want to hear good singing. They don't want to hear a dope rhyme artist. They just want Drake's bland humming sound, and it's going to sell 10 quadrillion copies. Because we live in a very musically dumb population right now that wants the same thing over and over. We live in a population that thinks it's cool to sound like everybody else. And I don't blame the people. That's what the industry set out to do back in 1978 with the White Paper Report. Only thing is they didn't see hip hop coming. So hip hop came, changed the game. And so in 1993, they rewrote the rules again. And they slowly implemented their plan. We only get what they put out. And furthermore, I don't even believe mainstream numbers. Those numbers that mainstream artists get, I don't believe that shit. That's all payola, pay to play. If you got the budget, you got the streams. You think, I don't know nobody, like Cardi B. I don't know nobody listening to her. I'll be asking this questions. Can anybody name one B-side of a Cardi B album? Can anybody name more than 3 songs off of a Cardi B album? Matter of fact, can anybody even name the goddamn Cardi B album? But supposedly she got these tens of millions of streams. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Jay-Z and Beyonce have the industry behind them. So I don't believe none of them goddamn numbers. I don't believe. Matter of fact, I went to a Jay-Z concert a couple years ago in Anaheim. There wasn't nobody up in that motherfucker. I forgot all about that. Let me see if I still got the video on my phone. I know I got the video on my phone. I just don't feel like, I don't know if I feel like going all the way back to look for it. Oh, yeah, I don't. Let me see here. Videos. Yeah, nah, I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on my phone. No, thousands of videos, actually. So I don't think I don't have time to go back to these videos. But I remember I took video when I was at Jay-Z's concert. I was like, man, ain't nobody up in this motherfucker. I walked down. When you see your artists, when I saw Beyonce and Jay-Z with President Obama, I said, okay, oh yeah, the fix is in. The fix is all the way in. They're trying to create a new black leader. See, the thing that a lot of you dumb, oh here, okay, I found some video. The thing a lot of you idiots don't realize, the smart people know this, but the idiots don't. Let me see here. Let me see if I can airdrop this to my computer. All of this anything when it comes to mainstream artists, the mainstream, whether it be mainstream TV, mainstream music, all that shit is agenda, man. It don't even reflect the will of the people. I don't give a fuck if you're talking about movies, sitcoms, YouTube, even YouTube now. The shit with the most amount of clicks. Music. That shit don't represent the day-to-day person. That shit's all contrived. They're all put out in front of us to sell us a story. To sell out some bullshit. All that shit is contrived. It's a game. Let me see here. Let me see here. This one I was at his show. Yeah, you saw people towards the front. It was people there towards the front. But when you got past like where I was sitting up there, because I'm gonna tell you why I even went to the show. I only went to the show because the tickets were $9. That's why I went. The shit wasn't selling. So they put out a sale like 2 days before the show, and they dropped the price of the tickets to $9. And that's why me and the wife went. We was like $9 to see Jay-Z, nigga. Hell yeah. And we was still sitting up there at the top with plenty of elbow space. $9 tickets. Richie Rich, can you fucking hear, you dumb nigga? I said I got $9 tickets. Who better can see, who else can see the whole arena than the nigga up top? Being up top gives me the best vantage point to see the whole arena. Dumb nigga you. Okay? What's your point? I was there, you weren't. $9 tickets. Hell yeah, I was at the top for $9. $9 tickets. Yep. I was right at the top. Yeah, Watch the Throne was 1,000, but was like 10, it was like hella sold out. But that was Kanye was with the nigga. You ain't gonna get a Kanye ticket for $9. I guarantee you that. You ain't sitting nowhere in the arena if Kanye's performing for $9. That's a guarantee. Frankie Beverly and Maze ain't selling for $9. Yes, the show was pre-COVID era. This was his I think this was Magna Carta. No, not Magna Carta. No. My skin is black. The song he took from Nina Simone. I'm not black, I'm OJ. What album was that? That album, that tour. My skin is black. Thank you, Nina Simone, for another proven hook. I'm not black, I'm OJ. That's OJ said that shit himself. Oh, what's up, Matthew Moore in the chat room? I've been saying I gotta get Matthew on the show again. My next time I'm talking basketball, I gotta hit up Matthew, man. That's a basketball genius. That was a 444 album, yeah. The 444 tour. Back when Jay-Z was being fake deep. And then went right back to saying, let's go to the NFL. Jay-Z is a pawn, people. Jay-Z is a political pawn. Once you saw him rubbing elbows with President Obama, you should have known the game is up then. You should have known. If you had any kind of way of thinking, you would have known. Oh, they're about to throw this nigga all up in my face to make himself and this fake-ass president look legit in black society. These niggas is pawns, man. These niggas is pawns. They're giving all of this access because they're part of a political agenda. And y'all look up to that shit. You right, he started bragging about his mom being gay after Obama came out with that gay law. Jay-Z wasn't getting no, you right about that Awana Foundation. Jay-Z wasn't getting no radio playback when the OGs was out putting music. You're right. Ja Rule was getting more radio play than Jay-Z at one point. And Ja Rule was getting that radio play. Jay-Z had already been an artist for over 10 years. And Ja Rule, and I can't stand Ja Rule. Lord, I hate Ja Rule's music. I listen to Jay-Z 10,000 trillion times before I listen to Ja Rule. I cannot stand, what would I do about my baby? But at least that Buster was original. That nigga was getting more spins than Jay-Z. The fuck y'all talking about? And I hate Ja Rule's music. I mean, I absolutely hate Ja Rule's music. I cannot stand. Like, if there was any artist I wish never existed, Ja Rule will go towards the top of that list. But Jay-Z couldn't fuck with him before, and it took 50 to take Ja Rule out, not Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't take Ja Rule out, 50 did. And I hate Ja Rule's music. Like, I think anybody who plays Ja Rule needs to have whatever device, radio, phone is playing their music, that needs to get destroyed with a baseball bat. And then the same baseball bat that destroyed that phone, that iPod, that speaker that was playing Ja Rule's music, use that same baseball bat to stick up your ass, nigga. I cannot stand Ja Rule. But he was outselling Jay-Z. He was getting more radio play than Jay-Z at the same time. And at the time, Jay-Z was doing music longer than Ja Rule. So it ain't because Jay-Z was up and coming. Jay-Z was a vet in 1998, 97. 98, 97, Jay-Z had already been doing music over 10 years. So all this Jay-Z can't be touched, that's nigga dick riding comments. Because when you break it down, when I talk about Jay-Z's the Elvis of hip hop, when I talk about Jay-Z stealing shit, I give examples. Plenty of examples. I've only given a few so far. I got dozens more to go if I wanted to. As a matter of fact, in the description bar, in the comments, I'm going to put up, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. In the comments, I'm going to put up the, yeah. I'm going to put that video what Cameron did up. That mix Cameron did is like 7 minutes long of Jay-Z stolen lines. And the crazy thing about that Cameron mix, that wasn't even half the music the nigga took. That's the worst part about it. When I first heard that Cameron mix, I was like, okay, that's the shit that they took from Biggie and Snoop. But they didn't put in none of the R&B that he stole. They didn't put none of the rock and roll lines that he took. They didn't put in none of the Four Tops, none of that shit. None of the Ice. They didn't even put in the shit they took from Ice-T. 99 Problems was one of his biggest songs. Ice-T said it first. That Cam mix is enough. That Cam mix is more than enough to end any doubt as to what I'm saying. And the cold part about it is that Cam mix don't even get half of the songs. It's not even considering half of the shit he took. Here we go. Hold on one second. Okay, cool. I just put it in the description bar. We're not even gonna come and talk about the swagger jacket. You would, nigga, why are you dressing like Jaz-O? Jaz-O dressed like that first. Jazzo dressed like that first. Nigga, why are you now? And then when he came out with the whole 30s and new 20 bullshit ass wave, whatever, you was dressed like Big Daddy Kane. We're not gonna forget the fact that on Reasonable Doubt, you were sounding like a knockoff Memphis Bleak. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. I said it. I said it. I said it. We're not gonna talk about you sounding like a knockoff Memphis Bleak. The whole Reasonable Doubt album. Yeah, I said it. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, Big Daddy Kane is only 1 year older, Matt. And you know why I'm not acknowledging the Jay-Z dick writers? Because they're saying just dumb, simple shit. You just don't like the East Coast. Only idiots look at music regionally. If you're the kind of person that looks at music and break it down by region and whether or not you like something because of a region, I already can't talk to you about music. All music is regional. This shit didn't stop in hip-hop. Regions of music reflect the sounds of their environment. There are good and bad artists in every region. I don't fuck with Jay-Z's music, but I love Nas's music. X-Clan, I love X-Clan, they East Coast. Love KRS-One. I love Big Daddy Kane. I love a lot of the East Coast artists. I don't fuck with Jay-Z because he steals. I'm making it very clear. I'm not only telling you flat out which person I don't fuck with, I'm telling you why and giving you examples as to why. But you're gonna have some idiots, man, you just don't like it because they come from a certain region. Man, if you don't get that dumb shit out of here, niggas. That's like arguing with a 12-year-old. What you gonna call me next, a duty head? Niggas that say you don't like somebody because of a fucking region, these are the kind of niggas that put they fingers in their ears and go, it ain't no reasoning with these kind of niggas. Noonie, you're a duty head. You just don't like me because I have on new shoes and you don't. What other second grade argument are you gonna think of? Sound like, remember Eddie Murphy? I got some ice cream and you don't have none because you can't afford it. Remember that? Was that Raw or Delirious that Eddie Murphy did that? I think it was Raw. I got some ice. That's how you niggas sound. You just don't like him because he's from New York. Okay. Well, I'm gonna reverse it then. Well, you only like him because he's from New York. How about that? You don't like music outside of New York. How about that? Which means I cannot take your opinion serious because you only like music that comes from one place and you hate on music from all other places. So since you have such a limited palette of musical taste, I can then render your opinion irrelevant because you're drawing from such a small sample size in music. You're only drawing from one place when music is worldwide. Music is universal. But you only like it out of one place. That means you don't like enough music for me to take your music opinion serious. That settles that. That settles that. What's up, Josh Hawkins? Of course, people have their preferences of what they like over the next. Of course, we all do. We all have our biases, and I'm not here to say I ain't biased. But if someone is giving you a clear explanation backed by clear evidence that if I never said a word, you can stumble upon yourself, then that's just a point of view. You may not like the point of view. You may disagree with the point of view. You may think the person expressing that point of view is totally full of shit. That's fine. But it's clear. So if you don't want to deal with that clear reality, you just don't want to face reality. Okay, fine. If you want to live in a fantasy land where someone tells you exactly what it is and you don't listen to a word they say and you create your own conclusion anyway, you probably voted for the Democrats. You probably said, we just need to get Trump out. The world's going to be a much better place if we just get Trump out. Let's get the Democrats one more time. Damn history. Damn what everybody's saying. Damn what's right in front of me. I'm not going to look, goddammit. I'm going to do the same thing I did 4 years ago, and 4 years before that, and 4 years before that, and 4 years before that. And I'm going to expect a different result. Because if I keep doing the same thing and not paying attention to the tangible results, it's going to one day work out for me. That's how you niggas sound. I'm from LA. I do prefer LA style music. Why? Because LA style music reflects my environment. If you're from the South, you probably prefer down South music because the beats, the tempos, the sayings, the lines, the quotes reflect your immediate environment. It's okay to prefer where you come from. The reason why you like the music where you come from is because the music, again, is a reflection of your environment. I don't know shit about a bodega, but I do know about the liquor store. When Ice Cube wrote Cruising Down the Street in My 6'4", he took that to the East Coast first. But cruising down the street in My 6'4" is irrelevant in a town full of subways. So that song could only have taken off in an area that people cruise down the street in they 6'4". This is just life, people. But it doesn't mean you don't like other stuff. You can't appreciate it. You can't love it. When Nas wrote, "Whose world is this? The world is young," I vibrated with that. I don't give a fuck if it was from New York. Anybody will tell you Outkast is my favorite group of all time on the hip hop side of the game. I like Outkast more than I like NWA. I love Outkast. From the moment I heard, this is Peaches. Peaches sounded like the thick chick that lived down the street. I was in from that moment. Hey players, this is Peaches. Tight like Nat Bone. I ain't know none of them references. I did not know none of them Atlanta references Peaches was dropping in 93. But god damn it, I love that Southern playalistic Cadillac funky music for your trunk. Nigga. So for all you regional people, your minds are too small to deal with what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that as disrespect. I'm just saying that as a fact. If your mind goes to you don't like somebody because they're from a certain region, you're not going to get me. You're not going to understand where I'm coming from. I like good music. And I prefer music that's original. And because I listen to so much music, I don't just listen to hip hop. I listen to jazz. I listen to blues, funk, R&B, bossa nova, classic rock, a little bit of heavy metal. Because I listen to music from the 30s through now, I've heard a lot of music. So when I hear someone take a line, I may not exactly remember in the moment where that line came from, but I know it ain't theirs. I listen to a lot of hip hop too. And I can't point fingers at any of the other hip hop greats that built a career off tracing around someone else's hard work. Can't do it. Heard every line Ice Cube has written. Heard everything Kanye's ever released. Everything Nas has ever released. Everything Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Rodney O and Joe Cooley. I heard all of it. It's only one nigga I can point to that regularly, routinely steals whole lines, whole hooks, whole swag from other people. Only one. Only one. And it ain't hate on Jay-Z, weird niggas. It's love for the originals. You think I'm just gonna go at white people that bite? Yeah, white people be taking our shit, but no, I'm going at anybody because Black Americans, we create so much shit. I don't like anybody that go around that want to stand on the shoulders of other people. That's my whole thing. If Jay-Z did what he did and he was cool, I wouldn't have anything to say. But when you come around talking about something, nobody wants to stand on the stage with me, I'm the greatest. No. That's where you got to get cut back down to size. You don't get to stand on the shoulders of people that you used. You stand on the house that you built. You stand on your own work, nigga. I don't mind if LL Cool J, I'm not the biggest LL Cool J fan. I never really liked LL Cool J's music. But if he says he's the greatest, well, LL Cool J is standing on his own house that he built. Matter of fact, he built a whole record label. I'm not going to argue against LL Cool J saying that, even though I don't like LL Cool J's music. Let me make that very clear. I've never been a fan of LL Cool J's music. But if LL Cool J calls himself the greatest, I'm not going to argue with him. LL built his own house. If Cube called himself the greatest, he is my favorite. I'm be like, yeah, you right there, brother. Yep. I'm going to agree with that one. If Nas called himself the greatest, I'm not going to agree with it. I'm going to see where he came from, though, because he built his own house. If T.I. called himself the greatest, I cannot stand T.I.'s music. T.I. ain't released one song that I like. But T.I. create and popularize the whole genre. The nigga carried a whole genre on his back. I ain't gonna argue with T.I. anybody that says T.I. is the greatest. Hell no. Even though I don't like T.I.'s music, I know how to separate what I like from what's real. Emotional niggas. I can be comfortable with an artist that I don't like getting acknowledgement and praise. If I see I see the originality in T.I. T.I. built his own house with his own lyrics. I appreciate the originals. I appreciate the people who grew they shit from the mud. Not the ones who picked off what was already ripe and put it in their fruit basket. Got somebody over here that went and harvested seeds, tilled the ground, watered the ground. When the hogs came and tried to eat the plants, they defended the plants. They sprayed the natural pesticides on it so it can grow. They put, if there was a spring chill, they put some bags over the sprouting plant so it wouldn't die. And they cultivated their own crop from the mud. In my opinion, like I'm gonna end this shit how I started it. In my opinion, that person is always going to be greater than the one who went to the grocery store and picked all the right fruit and said, look at my fruit basket. No, the nigga who grew the strawberries and the apples and the grapes and the plums and the bananas. No. I value them more. Because we wouldn't have your fruit basket if they didn't know and do what they did. That's nothing dumbasses do. Somebody said, you capping T.I., saying T.I. started. I didn't say he started. I said he popularized it and carried it on his back for an extended period of time. Listen, people, listen. Okay, not me. Oh, my bad. See, that'd be the problem with me. I'll be seeing some of y'all comments and y'all having whole ass conversations in the chat room, and I'll come jump in on the third or fourth comment. I make mistakes, players fuck up. I ain't perfect, niggas. Shit. I'll be the first person to tell y'all niggas I ain't perfect. I fuck up too, nigga. But when I fuck up, I'll be like, damn, I fucked up. Another thing I don't do is, if somebody does something one time, I don't equate it to somebody who does it for a lifetime. Or somebody say Jeezy more influential than T.I.? Oh, no. Hell no. T.I. is more influential than Jeezy. No. I got to get at T.I. And I don't like either one. But I'm an observer of music, man. I'm a student of music. I'm a student of music. And just because I don't go posting certain styles of music, certain songs, don't mean I ain't heard them. Before I judge an artist, I listen to their work. I'm not here to judge artists without actually listening to what the fuck I'm talking about. Do you know how easy it would be to mute my opinions and to shut me down in an argument if I didn't listen to what I'm talking about first? I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want other people doing to me what I do to them. The reason why I'm able to shut people down so easily is because I know what the fuck I'm talking about and they're speaking from emotions. I'm always going to win that. I make sure before I open my goddamn mouth, I done did the research. And if I ain't done the research, I shut the fuck up until I did the research. Then once I did the research, and I have multiple examples, and I can clearly point out and state a pattern of behavior with clear examples that can be independently verified, at that point I open my mouth. Before then, I shut up. I be quiet. What does Smokey say? Before then, I be quiet. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got shit to talk about. But after I've listened and established a pattern of behavior, now I got all the smoke. And if you want to say something against what I say, then goddamn it, you better bring your work. You better bring your lunch pail. Better bring your lunch pail. Let's see here. You're right, Josh. Yeah, right, Josh, because Todd just be pulling shit out of his ass. Of course. It's easy. It's easy. This nigga, hold on. I mean, point out 2 comments. This dude said right here, look, this Richie Wright, he said, he called us everything I was wrong about today, but then look what he said here. Look what he said before that. He said, you judge Jay-Z in the minute I did not listen to him. Hey, chat room, please, please, please. Chat room, did I ever say I didn't listen to Jay-Z? Chat room. I could be wrong. Hey, chat room, did I ever say I don't listen to Jay-Z? I didn't listen to Jay-Z. Chat room, is this statement true or untrue? You tell me, chat room. When did I say this? When did I admit I didn't listen to Jay-Z? Huh? Thank you, Star. Yes, Richie, right. I said I don't like Jay-Z's music. That's different than not listening. The reason I don't like his music is because I heard it first. And I do like some stuff. But you can only dislike what you've heard. You fucking bum. You're right. And I said I bought $9 tickets. I went to go see the man live. Okay, yeah. I don't like him, but I never heard him, but I went. I just literally showed video of me at a show to see him. Okay. See, chat room, these are the people that argue against you. They don't even listen to what the fuck you said in the last hour. I've been on the show about an hour so far, hour and a half. You ain't even heard this shit clearly. This nigga listen with dicks in his ears. Richie Wright, yes, you do insult me. You insult me when you tell me shit I didn't say. That's insulting. That's the highest form of being insulted, of insult. To put words in my mouth and to say things I didn't say. That's insulting. That's very insulting. To say things I didn't say. That's extremely insulting. If you don't want to insult me, take me for my word and what I said, not some shit you pulled out of your ass. If you create things that I say, I will insult you. I promise you I will insult you. If you say I said something I did not say, I feel insulted. So I will insult you in return. Guaranteed. You're right, Matthew, are intellectually dishonest as well. It's insulting and intellectually dishonest to say someone said something they didn't say. And then the minute you get called on it, immediately switch it up. Which means that tells me you know I didn't say that. Because the minute I called you out on it, you switched it up right away. So that means that you know I didn't say that shit. No, that's insulting. So I'm going to insult you. That's insulting. It's insulting. It's insulting to be lied on like that. I wouldn't lie on you, man. I respect you too much to say you said something you didn't say. I don't want to insult your intelligence by saying things, by attributing things I thought to you, what you said. I would never do that to any of you niggas in the chat room. I got too much respect for everybody in this chat room to put words in their mouth. Now, I'll ask you to repeat what you said to make sure I'm not lying or I'm wrong, but I'm not going to insult you. That's not nice. That's not nice. It's not nice. Respect is taking someone at their word and dealing with what they said, not recreating what they said to fit your little argument. That's disrespectful. Tupac. Tupac's another one I can speak objectively on. I wasn't a big fan of Tupac or Biggie's music. Back to you regional niggas. Tupac was West Coast, quote unquote. Biggie was East Coast. I didn't like either one, honestly. Especially Death Row Tupac. I like Tupac. I like Digital Underground Tupac a little bit. There are a lot of songs that I like from Tupac. You know, To Live and Die in LA, of course, is my favorite. But I listen to Digital Underground 10 times before I listen to a Tupac album. We can all have likes and dislikes without being called haters. We can all express a point of view backed by evidence without being called haters. I couldn't stand Me Against the World. Yeah, I do. Devin the Dude, man, Devin the Dude, yeah. I said, look, here's another thing about me, y'all. I don't be knowing where these people are from. I either like a song or I don't, and I find out later where they're from. So if you just tell me a city, I'm not going to just think of an artist because of the city you talk. Give me the artist name. Because you said that because I was recently in Houston, okay, Devin the Dude. I love Devin the Dude. I love the Ghetto Boys when they were out. I love Scarface. I fucks with Scarface and I fucks. Would you please pass that to me? Devin the Dude, that man, shit. I love me some Devin the Dude. I fucks with Slim Thug. Where is Slim Thug from? I don't even know where Slim Thug is from. I love Slum Village. I don't know where Slum Village is from. What Slum Village? That group Slum Village with Dilla. Where they from? I love Slum Village. I don't be knowing where these niggas is from like that. I know good music versus bad music. I know music I like versus music I don't like. I'm from LA, but you ain't never gonna be listening to no fucking Blueface. Hell, I don't like, what's his name? J-Rock? I love TDE, but I don't really fuck with J-Rock's music. That verse he did on Kendrick's album, I couldn't stand that verse. What pistols popping, baby. I can't listen to more than 1/3 of a J-Rock song. But J-Rock's from LA. I don't hear music the way you hip hop niggas hear music. Drake Yell's music was trash to me. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Drake Yell. No, I don't like seeing people get killed like that. But he made a whole bunch of trash ass fake gangster music, and I don't like gangster. I don't like that shit. I don't like trolling music. I don't like music that talks about violence the way Drake Yell's music talked about violence. I don't fuck with his music. But I love Ab-Soul. I don't do these little bullshit ass regional scales and top fives and shit you hip hop niggas do. To me, hip hop fans are the worst music fans on earth, if you ask me. You niggas dumb everything down to a top 5. If it ain't the most stupid shit ever, See, jazz fans weren't that stupid. You had Kansas City jazz, Memphis jazz, New Orleans style jazz, New York style jazz, California style. Personally, I don't like New Orleans style jazz. That New Orleans style jazz, the fast tempos and all them weird accordions and shit. I hate the goddamn accordion. But I don't go around talking about, man, New Orleans don't, man, shit, nah. I only listen to New York and West Coast jazz. Man, that Kansas City jazz is, no, that's stupid. Just dumb talk. I know the media does that. No, the people do it too, because the people repeat what the media says. The people repeat what the media says. I'm gonna do something that I wasn't planning on doing, but I'm opening up the phone lines. I want any of you disagreeable niggas to call in. Any one of y'all. I don't give a fuck who. If you think music is about regions, if you think you know more about music than I do, call in. Let's see. Let's see. Call in. 323-744-7425. 744-7425. Young Dolph was another one. I never liked his music. I heard why people like it. I get it. I don't think Young Dolph was a bad artist. I didn't like the content of his music. See, a lot of this new fuckboy music, I listen to that shit one time. When I hear confusion and bullshit on top of confusion, I don't want to hear it no more. Music is supposed to be a place for me. Music is a place that I go to escape stress. Music is how I decompress. Music is what I do because life, I'm a very busy person. I run businesses. Life is stressful as hell. Music is where I go to get away from the stress. I don't believe in turning music on to get more stressed over who did what to who, or who spent more money than that, or this nigga can afford more than what I got, and they got more money than me, and I'm flossing on you, you shitting on me. That's confusion, man. When I turn on my music, I need to hear some shit that's gonna fucking give me some energy to move to the next day. You're right, America's makers. Hip-hop fans don't like music. They like to argue. Hip-hop fans don't like music. Them niggas like arguing this shit. Where do I see music in 20 years? I see it recycling. I think a lot of your conscious, meaningful music, that's good music, is coming back, and it's going to come back really soon. Mark my words. This whole degenerate form of music, we're at the end of it. All these rappers dying and all this stuff, usually when things get real bad, things get really bad at the end. The night is always darkest just before dawn. I think music is in for a revolution. I think the star of the later of this decade, as this decade pushes forward, the stars of this decade are going to be your artists with substance. Everything has a season. I think this bullshit season is coming to an end. It's not quite at the end yet, but it's coming to an end. A music revolution is coming. We as foundational Black Americans, we've always revolutionized music. Anytime a music has gotten to the end of what is good at, FBAs revolutionize it and bring in something different. R&B had gotten too bland in the 80s. It got real cheesy. So hip hop came in to bring in the spice. Yeah, all this dudes claiming they got dripped and got money, and women like Cardi B rapping about trivial shit. They gonna look like fucking total idiots in the next 5 years. I promise you that. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Dr. Smart from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
I was calling because I was wondering, how do you feel about like when people argue that Jay-Z's the best, they always bring up certain accolades like the Grammys that's not really represented by African Americans or FBAs. How do you feel about that?
Those are just people. I call those people front runners. They're populists. They're people who don't have independent thought for themselves, so they need fictional propaganda to support whatever they think. They're no one to take serious. Unfortunately, they're the majority, but you don't take them serious. Look, Marvin Gaye only has 1 Grammy. Ronald Isley has 0. Snoop has none. Grammys don't mean anything.
Marvin Gaye get the Grammy for?
He only got a Grammy for Sexual Healing, and that was, to me, his worst song.
Not What's Going On or I Want
No.
You or Let's Get.
No.
That's some bullshit right
No.
there.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
So when you tell me the greatest artists of all time who still have music that people are taking till this day, hip hop is still taken from Ronald Isley, and he has 0 Grammys. That means the Grammys are irrelevant.
So Curtis Mayfield didn't get a Grammy for Superfly?
No. That song didn't even go number 1. And the same thing with number ones. The number 1 by Billboard going back to the 60s has always been a pay to play position. The white labels always have the more money than the black labels to pay for number 1. So things like number 1 Grammys, those go to people who aren't serious about music. They just kind of like music. They go along to get along, and now they running their mouths so they can feel like they're saying something in the conversation. It's on people like you to not take them serious and just move on. You can't argue with them.
Facts. Yeah, because I was just arguing with my buddy about that, and I had to let him know, like, bro, Grammys is not represented by us. I don't even know why niggas keep on talking about that. That's not us.
Once we say Ronald Isley has 0 Grammys, that should show you the value of a Grammy. George Clinton has 0 Grammys. George Clinton literally created the sound that is hip hop, but he has 0 Grammys. Definitely. Okay?
Yes.
All right, man, you have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, a Grammy. Black people, we don't put any validation behind a fucking Grammy. George Clinton ain't got no damn Grammy. So what the fuck is a Grammy worth? Meanwhile, Atomic Dog gets recreated every fucking year on somebody's song. Not just Knee Deep, One Nation. We hear these songs get sampled every fucking year into a new hit. But the song that created it all, the artist that created it all, doesn't have a Grammy. Okay. Yeah. James Brown ain't got no Grammys for the songs that all his hip hop songs he created. But see, I don't even know how many Grammys James. Let me look up how many Grammys does James Brown have. Okay, they gave James Brown some Lifetime Achievement Awards. But as far as Grammys, okay, he got one for Star Time or Living in America. Oh, he got a Grammy for Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Okay. 1. But he don't have any Grammys for... That was in 1966. James Brown created funk in 1967-68. Not one funk song James Brown created has a Grammy. Yet He created a whole genre of music with those songs that's still being used and sampled today. That means he didn't win best performance by a band. They didn't win best performance by a musician within the band. Not best song. Not R&B song. The Grammys never acknowledged James Brown when James Brown was at his best. But people want to acknowledge the Grammys. That's a good point, Eduardo. Nothing. Niggas will argue about rap all day, but won't say shit about wealth building and won't say shit about passing down information to our youth. Who are the great scientists, inventors? Let's have a top 5 argument. Look, I'm going to have a top 5 argument with you hip hop niggas if we can have a top 5 argument with the top 5 greatest inventors in black history. That's an argument. Top 5 inventors. Top 5 scientists. We got plenty to choose from. We got literally dozens, not hundreds. Top 5 inventors. Top 5 black scientists. Top 5 black revolutionaries. How about that? You'll never hear them goddamn arguments. And that's why I don't play games with these hip hop heads that have these stupid conversations. They ain't talking about shit. But thank y'all for listening. We've had these technical difficulties, but y'all stayed through with me. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. I noticed none of the detractors wanted to call in and speak their piece. I noticed that. They got real quiet in the chat room. They didn't call in to speak their piece, which is what I expected. Yeah, let's do top 5 black historians. How about that? Top 5 black business people. Top 5 black researchers. Who you gonna go with? Jay Rogers, Dr. Ben? Who? Let's do the top 5. The top 5 innovators in black music. You want to keep it music? Okay. Who are the top 5 innovators in black music? You got to go across all genres now. Are we going to go with P.D. Wheatstraw, Rob Johnson, and their impact on blues? We going to go with Count Basie and Duke Ellington and their impact on swing? Louis Armstrong? Or Miles Davis and their impact on trumpet? Where we going to go with it? Top 5 drummers of different sounds? Are we going to go with Jazz and Art Blakey, or are we going to go with Clyde Stubblefield and funk? Huh? We got so many great genius inventors and innovators and historians and movers and shakers and revolutionaries. Top 5 we got a lot of top 5s that we could argue that actually do something to inform our youth. Well, what are the 2 things niggas want to argue about and will stab you over if you disagree? Top 5 hip hop and top 5 NBA player. Jordan or LeBron? Is it Tim Duncan or is it Karl Malone? And we'll have a passionate knockdown, drag out argument, and we'll call you anything shorter than a child of God over that bullshit. Another reason why I be going so hard on you, on these niggas that go around with these emotional arguments. Jay-Z's my dad. Fuck out of here, nigga. Oh, no. Those people, oh, no. I have the free, no. I just don't respect the mindset. So, yeah, I kind of say whatever I want to say. Because if you ask that same person that'll defend Jay-Z with their life, who the top 5 black inventors, they ain't got nothing to say to you. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right, what's up, man? This is Marlon calling out of Texas, but on my handle, I'm down in H-Town.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I just want to call in and say, hey, man, I love your show. You know what I'm saying? I'm a truck driver. Like right now, I'm out here on location. These boys fracking, waiting to unload. But, man, your show keep me rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? I love everything about it, man. For real, though. I love the information you put out, what you got going on, and I just want to call in and show some love, man. For real.
Hey, brother, I do this for the truck drivers because truck drivers keep America moving. It ain't no America without if it's something that you got in America, a truck brought it to you. Niggas need to realize that.
Hey, man, but your show be coming through, though. Keep me rolling, though, man. But, you know, this thing, you know, I notice a lot of dudes do be getting in their feelings when a person mentions Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, how can you get mad at another grown man for disliking what he disliked? I mean, goddamn, just if it don't apply, let it fly. Goddamn, I mean, are you in the studio with him helping him do this shit? Or I mean, goddamn, y'all act like like it's something more to the shit, you know what I'm saying? But hey, my brother, hey, love the show, man. Love it.
Keep those wheels turning, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, my dad drove trucks. So I'm always gonna have an affinity for truck drivers, man. I appreciate what y'all do. And you need to appreciate truck drivers. If you see somebody driving down a truck, down the road, don't cut them off. They carrying a lot of weight behind them. Them brakes don't work that fast, man. And if a truck driver needs to get over to make a right turn, let them over. Don't be doing all that darting around kind of shit. Truck drivers are the lifeblood of the United States of America. Whether it be your gas, something you bought, supplies for your house, it came on a truck. So love and respect and honor our truck drivers. And give our truck drivers the same honor you give some of these bum-ass rappers. The rappers are giving you psychic benefits. Them truck drivers goddamn brought them tires on your car that you needed to be replaced because you ran over a spike strip or whatever. Let's get down to what's real and let's have emotional connections and love for those who help us function. Not some bum ass rappers. Call back. You hung up right when I hit answer. Whoever that was, call back. Right when I went to hit answer, they hung up. They hung up. That's right, Ivor. Rap life is an illusion. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Ty out of Florida. What's up, brother?
Ty out of Florida. What's on your mind?
Hey, talking about truck. Both my sons are truck drivers, man. I appreciate the shout out, man. I want to run something by you. This is one truck driver, man. He had an accident. He killed like 4 people, and his brakes went out on his truck.
That.
They would have given him 110 years in jail. You know, they sentenced him that. But then you get this white boy that killed 4 people, and this white boy's drunk, and he doesn't even go to jail. They said he was too rich to get charged or some shit like that. You probably remember that story. You know, then him and his mom went on a run somewhere. Then they finally catch up to him and give him house arrest.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy out here. But I love the show, bro. I love the show, man.
I appreciate that, man. I'll talk about that.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Hey, that's a wake-up call. It was a Latino brother that got that 110 years. Hey, that's a wake-up call. Y'all want to be white until it's time to be, but when it's time to be white, they tell you, no, you just another nigga. That's why you got to fight white supremacy 24/7, not just when it affects your group of people. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up with it? The one that's that Lord Jamar looking motherfucker you met out there
Hey, you heard me say that. What's up, brother, man? It's good to you. I was hoping you call in one of these days, man. What's up with you, brother?
Oh, shit, man. I'm good, man. I was doing some research, man. And you know what? I came to find out about that Larry Hoover deal, man.
What up?
Like, they got a whole deal where they trying to get, like, more political prisoners than just him out.
Yeah, they've been...
Like, everybody.
Well, see, the Larry Hoover thing it's a bigger movement. The reason why there's so much momentum right now behind the Free Larry Hoover is because they already freed, I think, 3 or 4 of the other cats that was on that same case as his. Mm-hmm. So since people have already been freed that were connected to the Larry Hoover case, why not free Larry Hoover? That's kind of where they are with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, I'm not against Larry Hoover being freed. I don't want no black person in jail that goddamn long, you know? Not unless they were a rapist. Now, that's something different. But I'm not against it. My only concern was this. We still have Black Panthers and like real political prisoners in jail. Like, it's a lot of black people. It's a lot of black people who are falsely accused still in jail. Every day we see a black person falsely accused get out. I mean, there are a lot of messages we can send.
I think Asada involved with the movement.
Yeah, Asada, she's still over in Cuba. We can't get Asada. That's Tupac's auntie. We can't get her back.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Mumia too. I think Abdul-Jabbar, I think he involved with. I think it's like a whole petition they got together to get all the political prisoners out.
All of them. And so my thing is this. My whole argument was people move, all humans, rewards and consequences. Rewards and consequences are the only 2 motivational factors for people to do anything. What am I going to be rewarded for? Or what consequence am I going to get if I do this? If the people, the children, the adults, the people see we can only put our energy behind someone like a Larry Hoover on that level, but those who really stood 10 toes down in the mud for us, they don't get that. What are they more likely to lean towards? If they want to be revolutionary, if they want to help their people out, what's the first thing they're going to say? What do people say already when it comes to revolutionaries? Shit, Malcolm X got killed just like King. So people don't become revolutionary because of the major consequence to it. Versus,
well, I think you and your wife, and me and my wife, I think the most revolutionary thing you could do is love your woman and build a family and stand on positive shit. So, you know, we not gonna get no credit no way for that shit. So
we ain't gonna get credit, but one thing we can do is watch what we put our energy behind because the children are watching what we watching. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? I was just wondering, my wife, you know, we had a great time with y'all. That was a great show, man. I wanted to shoot you some pictures that we put together out there, man, because, you know what I'm saying, just creating these memories, man.
Email hotepish@gmail.com, and I'm going to tell you this. It was an honor meeting you and your wife. I was just as honored as y'all. Y'all were some dope people.
Oh, man.
It's good to know. That, I like knowing that I got people like y'all listening. That's what matters to me.
Yeah, because, you know what I'm saying, the shit that you're doing, man, you need support. So, nigga, love you, dog, and, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it, brother. You have a good day.
Already.
Yeah, I met that brother and his wife. They came down to Austin to see Craig Facts live, and it was definitely an honor meeting them, too. They had a beautiful marriage. Been married for a long time. It was great talking to them. I like knowing when I got real people like that listen to my show, come say something to me. I love it because I like knowing that I got solid people that back what I do. That feels good to me. That feels good to me. Hell yeah, James Brown is a godfather of soul and rap. There is no rap without James Brown. And I've said this shit before. The music, rap had to have the right soundtrack to take off. Rap is nothing new. We can go back to the 20s and hear black people rapping on records. But when you have This Holly Jolly Temple right here, it can't rap over this because it sounds too cheesy. When the music was here with it, you can't rap over that. Well, you can rap, but it's not gonna really. That's why, what's his name? Pygmy Barnett. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. He was rapping, but the music behind it didn't create the right energy, the right vibe, the right essence for it to pop off. It wasn't until James Brown put it on the one and gave it that pocket. And even James Brown, he brought it on the one and it was still a little bit of fast. So what George Clinton did what James Brown did, emphasized the one heavier and slowed it down. Put that pocket right here between 80 and 95 beats a minute. Laid the pocket back here. And when you lay the pocket back here and you emphasize the one, now a lyricist got a pocket that they can rhyme in, that they can groove in. Listen to me, you the music novice out there. The experts will tell you that I'm right. All music has a pocket, and it takes the right pocket to kick off a song. If the pocket ain't right, the song ain't gonna work. James Brown creating the pocket for hip hop is literally everything. Without the pocket, the sound is just what rap was before James Brown. It's the Last Poets. It's Pygmy Markham. It's Cab Calloway. Cab Calloway was rapping. You don't have the pocket for hip hop without James Brown. Therefore, you don't have this sound. Because like I've always said before, the sound rap was already here. It didn't start in 1974, people. But I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for listening. Remember this, there are no perfect messengers. Only perfect message is for those who are willing to pick up the game. Be original, people. Value originality, because we original folks. The originals, in my opinion, always get more credit than those who took from the originality and drew something different. I prefer the person that got it from the soil, not from the supermarket. My name is Dwan B. We out.